Hey, welcome back to another Epidose of these crazy guys that just eat meat all the time. We can't stop talking about it. Today, we're doing another short ribs. And what's our topic there, Justin?
Today is shopping on the carnivore diet. How do you navigate the grocery store?
All right. So, how do you navigate the grocery store there, Justin?
Well, you pretty much just can walk a straight line from the entrance to the meat department, basically, which are usually in the very back of most grocery stores. Um, you know, I mean, you have no need to look through the vegetable aisle or the fruits or even the frozen food, the cereals. You can skip all of that. I mean, yeah, go straight to the meat department. You can use some apps like the Flip app, which give you deals of different meats, cuts of meat in your area from various grocery stores. Or you can just go in and see what's on sale, or you can call ahead if you want some fat. Usually if you're looking for fat, you want to call ahead so they have some cut up for you, or a special cut, such as, and I know this is something that you do as well, and a few other carnivores. If you're a person that's part of the Sam's Club Clubbity Club, you can go ahead and give Sam's Club a ring and be like, "Hey, do you got any of those untrimmed ribeye roasts?" And they'll say, "Yeah," and they're about $10. And you say, "Hey, give
Pound.
me a pound, $10 a pound." Correct. You say, "Hey, give me the biggest one you got. I'll be there in an hour." And you go show up, and there's your food for a couple of weeks. I picked one up today for a 19 pounder,
Wow.
pretty good size, boneless 19 pounder at $9.98 a pound, I believe it was. And that's enough food. And I get it. I'm a little smaller, but ask Tom, I can eat. Um, and so, but that'll
Never
last
puts it.
me, honestly, even without trying, that'll last me at least a week and a half, if not longer.
Yeah. I mean, Ray was kind of the one that gave us the hot tip to go to Costco and just ask for untrimmed prime ribeye, and I think I went there when I got mine. It was like $15 a pound or so. That wasn't that long ago. Got a really nice boneless prime ribeye roast, still vacuum packed in the factory seal. And it took me quite a while to eat that. But of course, the thing is, like, you go by that and you've got over a week's worth of food right there. So there's no going to the grocery store or worrying about it or whatever. Just a la Ray, you just whack off what you want to eat for the day, just saw it off, and then eat it however you eat it. I usually buy them and I eat like the first three-quarters of it raw. I just cut off a steak and then cut it up and take it to work in my glass dish. So I bought one at Costco. I bought one at Stater Brothers, bone in, $5 a pound, and it was a monster. It was like 19.6 pounds, and it was, that one was select grade instead of prime, which is like two steps down, and it was fantastic, very tender. For some reason, it was more tender than the prime one. It's probably a younger cow, I'm guessing, and it was raised in Canada. Ribs were really small, so there really wasn't that much bone in there. And then the last one I just picked up yesterday, I picked one up at Sam's Club, just like Justin, same price, same quality, and beautiful piece of meat. So yeah, so that's the easy way to do it, is just go buy a giant roast and eat it. But before that, we shopped the sales a lot, right? We would look at the ads, like you're saying. You could get an app like Flip, or just go out. Where I live, they throw out one of those things in your driveway every Wednesday, and you go through the ads and say, who's got meat on sale. Go to this market, you got ribeyes. You go to this market, you got T-bones, porterhouse, tri-tip, New York strips, whatever. And I would just go shop the sales. That's done that a lot too. So either way, it's easy and it saves you time. For me, a lot of times I'm just like, which store can I hit on the way home from work? I go hit the grocery store or the big box store on the way home from work, and usually don't lines. And it doesn't hurt to call ahead if they got a meat counter. Like Justin was saying, if you want to add some extra fat, let's say you're eating leaner cuts that are less expensive, you're eating bottom round or something like that, and it's not quite fatty enough, you just call the meat cutters and say, hey, can you save me some beef fat? Because they trim most of these meats before they put them out on the counter or in the trays or whatever, and they throw that fat away, or it goes somewhere to be processed or whatever, but they'll happily save it for you. A lot of times they give it to you for free. So I've paid up to $2, I think $2.10 a pound or whatever. If you think about it, that's some really cheap calories at $2.10 a pound, right? It's basically high quality, inexpensive calories. So a lot of people out there are looking for, like, their diet to be half fat, half meat. Some people do it by volume, some people do it by calorie. By calorie, most people probably burn more fat than they need protein, because protein typically is used to rebuild your body and not really a fuel source, because protein doesn't convert into calories as easy as fat does. So a lot of people look at it like the fat content is their fuel, so they get some idea how many calories they need to burn in a day, and then the rest they make up in protein to rebuild their body. So that's the long of the short of it. Just check the ad, see what's local and naturally. If you got access to farm fresh meat, go talk to your farmer, make a deal.
Definitely. And, optional but not necessary. You can always grab eggs, ground beef, cheese,
Yeah.
milk, that stuff too.
Yeah,
Or
and
some,
I'll eat sausages or hot dogs sometimes. If I'm in a hurry, I don't think twice about eating lunch meat, even bologna. You're better off eating bologna than you are Twinkies. That's for
Mhm.
sure. Right. So we even we're thinking about doing a strategy one time. If we just shop the holiday sales on ribeye, how many ribeyes would we have to buy at each holiday in order to put enough in the freezer that we never had to pay full price? It could be done if you got time, especially if you want to vacuum pack some ribeyes, throw them in the freezer. You could totally do it and never eat anything but really nice ribeyes. But of course, there's plenty of other meat out there. So ask about marrow bones too, because sometimes they have marrow bones that they don't even sell. So if the butcher finds out you want them, they usually sell them to you cheap. All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. I hope this helps people out there who are considering a carnivore diet. And until next time, eat some meat, and whatever you do,
don't fall down the carb
don't
well and instead have yourself a side of short ribs.